Okay, so this is the first Demeter game that we're going to be watching, and if I was to pick anybody to watch play a Greek god, it's going to be this guy. It's going to be Pegasus. Pegasus is the probably one of the best players for working out what stuff is good, what new stuff is good, and he is also a Zeus main, so I imagine his Demeter is going to be pretty good. He also featured in the video I made called "This Guy Has an 82% Win Rate on Amaterasu," because that was Pegasus, and we can already see he's worked out a funky build. Let's move Demeter to the left side. So he got this storehouse here that he shared with the gold. He had 3 on gold, 1 on the wood, and that got him enough gold to bring in a temple, and it's also got him enough wood that he can build another storehouse or house or build his Orpheus. Depends what he wants to go for. He can go for any of those, really. And then he's also used his Kataskopos scout here, this boy, to lure everything underneath so all the zebras are in, no spending extra wood on that granary. So he has saved 100 wood on the granary and storehouse, which is nice. So he is going to be getting that Orpheus. And I thought the Orpheus would come out, but basically what used to happen on the old game is you would have Zeus having Jason and Odysseus in the classical age, and Orpheus is just that guy. He is kind of bugged at the moment where he gets full attack in the archaic age, and it looks like Pegasus just doesn't care that that is probably bugged. He's going to be destroying oracles. Poor Isamato on this side is playing the Gaia, and that guy might not be able to get home, especially with the Kataskopos snaring him up every time he hits him, keeping him at that 3.1 speed. So that extra attack is going to end up mattering, because I believe the Oracle, yeah, he definitely would have been able to get inside the Sentry Tower, and Pegasus not letting that one happen. He's also going to come forward with the Orpheus hero and just start hitting citizens. Maybe against Gaia, it's not the best, because Gaia Lush regens everybody, so, I mean, he should be able to move around. Yeah, he's hitting them for 3 a shot, and it will slowly tick up. So he will just be able to move that citizen over to wood and then bring another one over to food, and it won't end up mattering that much at all. But go back to this side. Is he going for a fast advance time? No, it is literally just a fast Orpheus into something a little bit more standard. And we see it takes so long, even with this extra attack, for this guy to actually go down, thanks to the Gaia tanky citizen. He's also going after a hero citizen for some reason. He could go after one normal citizen, which has less HP. Pegasus deciding that's probably not the idea. Let's go for somebody else. Maybe the one attacking the temple. And the Wither, that was going to be one of my questions. Does Wither work on the Gaia Forest? And it does. So it is a little bit of a counter to Gaia, is this Demeter god power, the Wither. It means you can't build farms on this area for 45 seconds. Not that that matters at this stage of the game. But something that Isamato did nicely is he didn't build his trees here. If he built his trees here, next to the berry bush, that could have gone one swift attack, and that would all be gone. And Pegasus is going to leave. I think he spotted a relic. He spotted myth units use their special attacks more often, which, why not? Why not? Especially if he is going through Aerie. So it is about a 4-minute or 350. The villager numbers have changed again. I didn't even get used to it when it was 18 seconds. I'm going to need to work out what all the numbers are, but 350 is going to be the advance time here. And the Cyclops is through. I imagine that's going to be the old 4-minute advance time. So, nice and easy. But it seems, even though Demeter's only been out for a few days, it seems a lot of players have worked out that you don't just want to go for all of the new gods, because then you don't really get a myth unit. You also don't get any techs for your hoplites or for your other units. Okay, the thing that you do get is archer techs. But anyway, Village Center coming through right next to a gold mine. Now, village centers for Demeter, everything around a gold mine builds quicker, and village centers have more attack and more HP when your units are in it. And village centers have always been good if you get something like this, where you get a gold mine, you get the gazelles, and you get a tree, where you get so much less walking time, so you have less villagers, but your villagers are working slightly better. It's even nicer if these are something like elephants or hippos or something. I don't know if there's any on this map. I think the map's Savannah, so there should be some elephants somewhere. And it's nicer because then you can just drag them underneath the village center. And there's actually a strategy with Set where you can do that and you can empower the village center. I believe it was originally a Joey Bads special way back at the very start of Retold. And some of the kind of top-level players are just working it out. Something that he worked out a solid year ago. But anyway, up to the next stage. Looks like Isomato's up to the next stage. He's gone for the standard Carnivora, Caladria, you know, stuff we usually see. I don't know. I just really hate that side. That's my least favorite minor god in the entire game is Oceanus. Much better with the robots from Leto, or if you're the other way, get your Prometheus in, get your cool Prometheans and the extra heroes. But anyway, I imagine we'll be seeing some Mamillos, and the Mamillos are going to take out that Catastropus more than likely. Nope, he does get away, not snared enough. And what is Pegasus doing on the back of this? So he's getting his goats next to the temple, and this villager is praying overtime. She's getting an extra 30%. I believe it's 0.1 when they're on their own, so 0.13. So he's getting lots of favor in. So could go for some decent Cyclops, if that's what he wants to go for. There is going to be... The farms are cheaper, which maybe you would think that would be a good relic for Demeter, but she doesn't really build that many, so I don't think it's a big game changer. But, I mean... So the reason that Demeter wants farms is she has loads of farm upgrades, but you can have 2 villagers working on them, so it's only 75 wood for 2 villagers, which is very, very cheap. Basically like the equivalent of someone having Shadoo farms. You just build half of them. Now, Village Center does have 1 unit in, which means that it is going to be able to shoot. It only shoots when there's a unit in it. That is something that you do have to worry about. Very similar to AoE 2, where the town center shoots if there's something in it, and the more stuff that's in it, the more damage it does. And what Demeter does, it just does more damage when there's more stuff. That's all you've got to worry about. I believe a Toxoid can sit in the village center, and it still does extra damage, like it would in something like a tower. And there are going to be the archers. So this is the strategy that I thought of doing, and I haven't done it yet, but I want to give this one a go, which is basically village center or town center, if you want, or even just 1 TC, get Toxotes to Ares with the Ares upgrades. Do they have the Ares upgrades yet? No, so there is an Ares upgrade here, this Bow of Horror, which basically gives them... It's kind of coined as a mini ballistics. It's ballistics-ish, where you can shoot units that are moving, and it has a better time of actually hitting them, but it also, what does it do? It gives you extra attack damage, of course, as well. So extra 10% damage, and they shoot a little bit faster, but the arrows move quicker. That is what he's going to be getting now, and it does make sense. Up against the Mamillos as well, makes sense. Nice play from Isomato, does have the Terma in already. The Terma are going to be obviously a good counter to those Toxotes. Nice micro pullback from Pegasus, and the Cyclops is getting kind of wailed on here. No Cyclops upgrade in sight, or Cyclopses, again, there's no more of them. So there is a Carnivora on the backside. Orpheus going to be able to deal with that one eventually. Does a lot of damage to the Toxotes though, and it looks like Pegasus is going to be losing a few villagers on this position. So Isomato basically back in villager numbers here, 34 to 34. The Gaia is slightly further ahead anyway, because her villagers don't really work as fast. So you would say that Pegasus is maybe in a slight lead. He is now 1 behind. And the villagers sitting inside the town center do decent damage. I've got 500 damage from this village center so far, and that is going to be enough to force Isomato out. Now, Iolus is in, and I got multiple comments on my Demeter video saying, did I not watch the 90s Hercules TV show? Because apparently this guy is on it. And I'm like, well, I did watch that because I was a big Hercules fan. It's my favorite Disney film. But I did not know. I mean, I don't remember the Hercules TV show at all, apart from that I watched it. So big fans of this guy on the old chariot. I do like this unit. I think he's a bit quick, 5.6 speed, pretty fast. But he has that kind of cool hoplite ability where he's got that long spear, which he has the 1 range. I just think that's a really cool kind of concept. Maybe if Orpheus was just a standard dude, I think I would like it a little bit more. The heroes of this god are very strong until the Mythic Age. And looks like the Terma are trying to just hop in and do some damage, but this is up. 3 kills for the VC. And what are we getting here? So it looks like Pegasus is sitting in this age for a while. He does have kind of 300 of everything, so he's not over-committing at all. Means he can get to the next stage if he needs to and wants to. Maybe to get to the Paspis, maybe get some Peltas in. kind of counter units to deal with everything. But for now, he is getting that hoplite upgrade, that Phobos Spear of Panic, which is the divine damage for your hoplites. It does make them very, very strong. I do get that tiny little multiplier versus the Termers, but it's mainly the base damage that kind of carries them through. And as Isamado is going up to the next age, he doesn't really have as much units as you would think for two people sitting inside the classical age. Obviously, Pegasus is banking up quite a lot of resources. Same as Isamado. Maybe he wants to drop a fortress somewhere, so he's kind of overcommitting considering he's going to the next age and all these resources sat in bank, and Pegasus just capitalizes on that pretty quickly. Toxotes with that upgrade are so good. It's one thing I didn't even think of. With this Orpheus next to him, basically the 10 units next to him get bonus damage versus Smith units. That will be multiple units that can attack the Caladria, and the Caladria can dodge them all. There we go. Anyway, Hestia is on the way through. And this is the route that I think is going to be the best for Demeter. And it is basically going pure Toxotes. And I know that Pegasus is a big fan of pure Toxotes anyway. I played a game a while ago against Cluminati, which is one that I won because he was trying this crazy strat where he just went pure Ares Toxotes, and he had he had Pegasus sat in the chat telling him what to do, which was build more Toxotes. So this is the guy that likes an archer, and Toxotes with Will of Kronos Cyclopses are just, it's just such a good combo. That's what he's going to go for in the next stage. We'll be able to get heavy Toxotes. We'll be able to get those Peltas in. And I imagine that Isamado is still on the one town center. Obviously, we can see that he definitely is. We're going up to the next stage, slightly quicker. The units he's built. He did have enough to build one, though. So Pegasus probably been looking around with his Pegasus Scout. But we've not been concentrating on that one. Anyway, these top players, they kind of know what's going on anyway. Score-wise, very, very close. And the Gaia can always keep up in the eco anyway because she can get those extra economy upgrades. She can get them from the next tier up. So now she's in the 3rd age, she can get the 4th age eco techs, which is pretty strong for keeping up on eco-wise. And it is just going to be Cyclops, more hoplites coming through. There is enough resources to drop a fortress straight away. Dropping a fortress next to a gold mine will shoot it up so quick with Demeter because she does have that extra speed. That's what she wants to go for. But it looks like he's going for the Fated Arrows tech, which is the I called it the Hanzo Arrows. So if anybody plays Overwatch or played Overwatch when it was first out, that is what the Toxotes now do. They have Scatter Arrow, which after they've shot something else gets some damage as well, dealing less damage on each bounce. That is what he's going to be going for. Heavy archers, heavy infantry, going to be waiting for those techs before going up, and he doesn't want to drop a fortress. He's happy with his village center. Drop him more military buildings to potentially fight this one out. He does have the hearth that he can drop. He is going to drop that hearth. You can manually target, I'm pretty sure, if he wants to go for dryads or wants to go for something like that, but the heroes are going to melt the dryads very, very quickly. Something you're not used to with Greeks, really, when you have Orpheus there. If anyone's around Orpheus, they're automatically a hero, so just steal or kill the dryads off really, really quickly. The hearth goes down so quick. The Toxotes were pushed back so far from those Terma. And again, Isamado comes out pretty well on that fight. Is losing stuff on the backside, which is what Toxotes do the best. Did get a lot of damage done in that last fight, 2,300 for them. And the issue is again, is your free unit, your free myth unit just doesn't cut the mustard. So normally when you get up to the next stage, you get a free myth unit. Most myth units are very strong, but look at this. It just doesn't do anything. It needs the upgrade that it can chill next to some trees and then explode. That's the kind of deal with this guy. The same as the Pan one. It's like he's a villager really and not so good as a myth unit. So you have to watch out for that. But one boy that we can't forget is Icarus. I think he's the most busted part of Demeter. I know Demeter's got a pretty bad win rate at the moment, so I think the rest of her kit isn't so strong, but that guy is just ridiculous. So our Iolus in the front, hoplites also tanking pretty nicely. They do have their extra divine damage to take out those cavalry even quicker. Also transitioning into Arcus is Isamado, and basically hardly any Peltas in for Pegasus. Nice job from Isamado to kind of target those boys down. And so Isamado, he's winning the fights, but he is down a town center, a village center. So 0.75 of a town center. So you need to win the fights pretty hard, because the player with more eco can just repop better than you. So you need to win them a lot more than you think. Icarus, look at him. He's got everything. He's got everything. He's got 5 speed. He's got AoE damage. He's got crush damage for some reason. And I think the best way to use him is just move to a gold mine and just start hitting it. Definitely the best way. Keep him away from your army. Apparently he does splash damage to your own army, which isn't ideal. But you can see how much he's going to do to this villager here. And he would do the same as if there's 3 around him, he'd be doing the same damage. Nice job to get the Arcus over. Pegasus not paying attention because on this side, he's winning the fight. Actually, there was a decent army coming there, but we wanted to see what was going on with our Icarus friend. Sarnora, Mr. Moose, welcome in. We're watching some Pegasus. Always the guy you want to keep an eye on, and there will be an extra town center coming through, and it's still just the same idea. It's just hoplites, it's Toxotes, and it is Cyclops. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There is an Oracle coming through. Looks like there is something built on this side. Potentially there could be a manor that some citizens could kind of garrison in. Maybe they're on this gold mine. Would be worth looking out for that one if I was Pegasus. He's got about, 1,200 left on that gold mine, so this is going to be a nice position to secure very, very soon. And you can see the power of the village center. All these villagers, the 20 that have been built, did not have to move anywhere. The gold mine is just right on it. Just so nice. You can't fit as many nice play. You can't fit as many villagers in this village center. Can only fit 15. So you do have to watch out for that one. It looks like Pegasus knew that. And you just need to eject them before all 20 get in. You'll be absolutely fine. Whereas you see that the normal town center fits 25. Yeah, something you've always got to worry about with infantry versus your backline archers is the infantry. They just tank so much damage to start with and lose so much HP. It's going to be Carnivora on the backside, but we said against Orpheus, Orpheus just takes it out so quick. Nice snipe down on Icarus. And how is Izamato doing? He looks like he is winning the fight again. He's winning the fights, but he doesn't seem to get any villagers after the fact. Looks like he will be able to take out the village center this time. There are no villagers sat inside it, so the kind of auto queue is still going. Definitely worth cancelling that one. Unless the villager can get away, gets away with murder. This villager sneaking out. Nice play. Elder Cyclops back on this side, ready to defend. But Pegasus does have himself his own second town center. Can rebuild all his archery ranges. What has he got? He's going up to 9 archery ranges. I assume he's going to lose a couple on this front side. I wouldn't really worry about that. It's going to take him a little bit of time. There's no destroyers in. Maybe Dryads are decent against taking out buildings. But most of them are Archers, so it's going to take a while to get rid of these buildings. And what are we looking like? Yeah, so we can see the farms here. The 2 boys working on the farms. 2 girls working on the farms. Archery ranges being built. Looking like copper everything so far. And the favor income for Demeter is crazy with these extra pigs. Only a couple of extra pigs now. Only the 3. But up to 0.07 with 8 villagers praying. So spamming out those Cyclops nice and quick. And this is what I like to do against Atlanteans too. Gaia, Kronos, Uranos. Is rather than just always have a couple of Cyclops in there, always have a couple of myth units, you wait. You bring all your myth units out in one go, and then your opponent doesn't have the resources to get the heroes, or he's spending them on something else because he just doesn't think he needs them. And you can get a big kind of timing there where your opponent is just not expecting all of these Cyclops. It's like he's going a little bit early. There's still 3 in the queue, and that does mean that Izamato can convert some of these Archers on this backside. We'll see what the Elder Cyclops can do. How's the micros it onto the Terma. Takes out the Terma with the throw. Nice play. Now it's just Archers left and some frontline Orpheus dealing with the myth units as per usual. And it looks like all the frontline is going to go for both sides. But the guy with the Peltas is probably going to win in this side. There is also double frontline that did survive. One Cyclops did meet his demise. This guy just didn't decide to... Actually, no. Maybe this was the guy. Anyway, Palace back on this side. Nice little play here. Gets the wooden wall in perfect range for the Petropolis to start sieging down the palace. And could be potentially an attack coming through on this gold mine. Iolus coming in. And there are quite a lot of citizens trying to repair it. The one Petropolis should do pretty nicely here. Unfortunately, Icarus is going to go down mighty quick to a fortress. Do have to watch out for that guy. Citizens getting scared off, and that is going to be a position claimed. Izumaru did get half that gold mine, so not too much to worry about. Nice micro on this side. Oh, I thought he was throwing them far enough. Looks like he can't actually throw the Contarius far enough to hit the back line of Arcus. That's where it gets a little bit dicey. Maybe Arcus are a decent answer. You get 20 range. The Cyclops just can't throw that far. Arm not strong enough. On the backside, Orpheus is gone. So the Carnivora last... Oh no, there he is. There he is. Don't worry about that. Now our Demeter player is at 100 of 100 villagers. All the resources sat in the bank that he could ever ask for. The one issue, of course, is gold mines, but he's going to secure the second gold mine nicely. Oh, wait, that's the wrong guy. Maybe it was. Anyway, lots of gold. Lots of gold to be grabbed. Is managing to push off this town center, kill some of the villagers as well. And the Elder Cyclops, when you don't have the heroes, it is difficult to make work. And Young Oath is in. Young Oath is here to watch the Elder Cyclops. You missed a massive Cyclops throw? Nah, there's no way I did. I probably did. He's down to 28 bills. Oh, I apologize if I missed it. You'll have to tell me the time. We'll go back and watch it. Always here for a big Cyclops throw. And there's still a Pestilence to be used at any point. And Hephaestus is going to be coming through. I think I mean, it's the same as the other Greeks. Hephaestus makes sense if you don't have up to bronze armor. I think if you just have copper armor, I think it is worth getting Hephaestus in. You get this Colossus, which you just have so much favor to spam. It's like Izumaru spots this town center, but is there much he can do about it? Bringing some citizens over. But, I mean, the villagers can just turn around and shank these guys. The citizens have more shanks. Looks like he's not paying attention for the time being. For some reason, I've swapped over. Didn't even press a button. But I swapped over to the perspective of Izumaru there. For just a brief second. And both players getting their Mythic Age through pretty much at the same time. Pegasus, I mean, I think he's at the point now where when you're at 100 villagers, the Atlas implode just doesn't really matter. Unless you have some kind of momentum swing that you can do. Maybe your opponent doesn't have enough buildings down. Maybe he only has 4 of each building. Something like that. You can push, get something done. But apart from that, when you're at 100 villagers, I just don't think it's a good option. Of course, if you still want to go the god, if you still want the text, does make sense. But you're just not getting that massive swing that you would get if you were there maybe 5 or 6 minutes earlier. Or against someone that's 1 TC maybe. Then it's absolutely brutal. Settlement coming up. On this side, should be able to be in time. 1 second left. The implode can get dropped. Maybe that's why it's going to get dropped right here. Why not? Cyclops coming in. Katarius trying to take him down. But I think the Cyclops win that fight even without everybody else helping. And yeah, there is going to be an implode. And you can't garrison in. Masons is going to come in, which means the fortified town center might be able to survive. It's going to be pretty close, considering it's about half HP. And actually, Masons made a difference. Did get it up with 200 extra HP, and it was up 176 when it's left, but there's no other units. But still, we love to see it. On this side, though, Pegasus secured his gold mine, which is basically was his only problem. Had everything else. Now, is it just going to be the same comp? Has so many units that he can build, but just going for the text for first of all. I think this is a big. I think I've said about it before. This is a big mistake I make. I see that I don't have much population, and I'm like, right, I need to spam dudes. When all of these top guys go, nah, I want champion dudes. Even if I have less, I want the champion dudes. I can choose when I fight, and I think it makes a big difference. So, if you want to copy these top guys, definitely worth it. Now he's at 96 villagers, definitely worth getting this upgrade as well, where it would heal your villagers as they drop off resources. Always a good option. I was going to say, this isn't the best place for a Plenty Bolt. You need to put it next to something, and it needs, if it was right next to the houses, then you basically can't take it. Well, the old Argus raids coming through. And actually, because the Argus raids are coming in, Divine Labor is going to be coming in after one of these villagers. And all of these guys that are low HP will slowly get more resources in. Argus does go down. And 265 population we have for Pegasus. This is the Hestia upgrade. If you have two bountiful farms next to a fortified town center, then you end up with 265 population instead of the 235. And even though, yeah, you might not have as many techs as other civilizations, other Greeks, for example, you don't have the Athena techs or something along those lines, or you don't have the Zeus bonus for your hoplites, you just have more dudes, and more dudes is often just a way to go. So, got to bear that in mind. I just think that there are some things about this god where she is weak, and that is for sure. But if you get to the late game, I believe I compared it to being Isis with the Citadel Center. That's how much population you have, because Isis gets an extra 5, so she would get 5, 10, 15, and then the Citadel Center gets to 25. So actually, Demeter has more than that, which is pretty ridiculous. Anyway, Colossus coming through on this side. I think that's a waste of just APM. Just dropping the Carnivora for it to instantly die. But you've got to go for something. Fire Siphon on the backside. Going to be potentially tanking something. Nope. He's did manage to take out that fortress that was just started. Colossus is going to be very, very difficult to deal with for the Gaia player. As every hero that Isomata gets, Pegasus is just going to try and focus down as soon as possible. It's also 194 favor sat in the bank. 186. Getting a transport ship. Yes, we're definitely gonna watch the transport ship. Needs to delete these guys. I mean, he's got enough population to just waste. Why not? Isis gets a flat 10. Does she just get flat 10? Maybe she's... I thought it's 5 per TC. Anyway. Proxodes on this side, and the fortress is going to come down over here. I'm a little bit confused. I really like the transport ship, but there's nothing here unless it's to do something to that gold mine, potentially. But I think Pegasus on this side, he's even down population on his maximum, but he is matching Isomatu's 2 town centers pretty nicely. Champion units apiece. Hephaestus, of course, so iron upgrades are all in. I especially think, I mean, I imagine when the Persephone upgrade is fixed for the archers, or for when your hoplites die, you get extra attack speed. That one will probably be the choice, but for now, just Hephaestus makes sense. Why not? You don't want to go somewhere where the upgrade just flat out doesn't work. Never mind, I'm stupid. I thought it was 5. Because you don't need to build a house with Isis in the first stage, because she has 20 pop. Heliopolis start to come down. Palace is going to try and secure this gold mine. But there's going to be... Also, the fortress stopped on this side for some reason. The trireme... Yeah, you could have just built a trireme for the 5 villagers. But anyway... Pegasus in a commanding spot. He's managed to push off this gold mine. There are a lot of gold mines to choose from, though, for Isomatu. So he's not out of this. He just needs to find a way to get up to population and deal with the extra pop that our Greek friend does have. How are his techs? It's very, very close. Very, very close. He's also getting them now. So iron shields, iron weapons. That's what he's missing. He does have the hack. I think it's always worth getting the shields first. Unless you want the Arcus Ball to just deal more damage, then obviously it's worth it to get the iron weapons. But for the front line, the other two are definitely the more important techs. There's lots of fighting in the middle. Carnivora number 37. And this one doesn't have the hero, so it's actually tanking for a while. Citizens also on this side. Potentially Pegasus could build up something. Looks like he's building up something on the bottom side. This is securing his trade, so it is a nice place to have, especially because that is going to stop Isomatu from using this one. If he can also get down this bottom side, which looks like he's trying to do, and just stop the trade from either corner, is pretty nasty. And it looks like he is going to eventually take that one And I think this is, at least for now, until something else has worked out, this just seems like the play. Ares, archers, and then we did see it. We just completely missed it. Look at this boy. Look at him go. Ooh. And it did go down. Oh, I was looking at something else. What am I doing?